Hi everyone, how are you? I was here before anybody at the Wright County Courthouse where this is all going to go down ultimately. It's this beautiful facility, as I've been telling you all. It is just state of the art, absolutely incredible. And as you can see, it's a nice day. There's a little breeze, and so I think I will just record here. So basically, here's what happened. I got here before everybody so that I could kind of watch people coming in because, you never know who's going to come, even if they say they're not going to. So I'm out here and I see the kind of attorney types coming on in, and I see one kind of older lady, very much like you would think mother-in-law type or, grandma, mother-in-law kind of. And she was wearing brown shoes, appropriate for the season, black slacks, and a black and white tweed jacket. Her and I sat outside the courtroom waiting for it to open. We went into the courtroom, and the courtroom is incredible. Absolutely state of the art. There were the new panel in front where the judge sits. There are 9 computer screens, so the court reporter, assistant to the court, and the judge all have their own screens that then can be shown on the big screen. The jury box is beautiful, modern, of course set to the right. So the plaintiff's side is on the right and the defendant's is on the left. So when I entered the courtroom, there were 2 bailiffs and me. And Katie's attorney sat in the public row rather than going forward where the attorneys go. So at first no one knew that she was the attorney. So the bailiff looked at her and said, are you here to observe? And she said, no, I'm the attorney for the defendant. And he was like, well, why don't you come up? Why don't you come up here and sit? And so then she proceeded forward. So it's really clear to see that this courtroom is so new to everybody that nobody is familiarized with it whatsoever. And so she went up there, and then a couple of court staff came in, like maybe a court stenographer, I don't know. She came in and she was just kind of writing things down. And then the judge came in and we all rose. And then right about the same time, our champion, Amber, comes on in. And she is every bit of 6'1". Absolutely gorgeous. I think she went to law school as a, what do you call it, is it a D1, or when you play a sport? I think she went to, I want to say Hamlin, but I don't think it was. I think it's the other one down in St. Paul. So she's a local girl, very, very, very much local. She looks so young. She's got the biggest baby face. And she has been practicing for 6 years already. And law school takes 4 years after you have a bachelor's degree. So she must be, right in her early 30s, although she doesn't look a day over 21, if that. So she comes in, and she's just dressed like a girl, She's got a bodycon pastel mini dress and a black jacket. So she's just probably like just that girl where, she played sports all of her life. It's not that important for her to be flashy. She has her black jacket to pop on in front of her over any outfit that she has, just to be there. Brown, straight, gorgeous, healthy hair, about down, to mid back. Looks like she had some balayage in it. Little winged eyeliner action, but other than that, not too much makeup. She's just your absolutely naturally beautiful girl. And she had a thigh tattoo showing in the front. And I am, 51, so I am of the old school where, I came with my makeup on, my hair did, and a dress and heels, so I outdressed everybody. I forget that I'm in Minnesota as opposed to being West Coasty, where I'm accustomed to having a full suit and everything and nylons and everything when you go to court. So seeing Amber, just casually in the cute and modern bodycon thing, and no nylons and the tattoo showing. That's just something I'm not accustomed to. But it just really, I think, speaks to what's going on here, is that we have this ultra modern girl representing the ultra modern lawsuit, that we don't have laws or civil procedure in place for what's really going on. So you've got Amber, who's the face of the future, the new graduate. And then you've got Jennifer Moore, who is very, very old school, very Midwestern, very practical. Looked like she would have her Vera Bradley handbag, just the kind of quilted handbag from, 10, 12 years ago from Kohl's. Amber, though, on the same side, she was really practical and just had, just a basic bag to carry her stuff in and like a laptop cover, and that was it. And so she came in, right there, right as we're getting ready to start, almost to the point where she wasn't going to be there. People were looking around like, okay, is she not going to show for this? And then it would have been really weird, but she came in there right under the wire. She walks fast. She's, like I say, she's every bit of 6'1", just a solid, gorgeous girl, naturally beautiful. And so then when the judge came in, so like I'm saying to you, I was trying to warn these bailiffs, each time I came in, that there was going to be this huge crowd here for the Katie Joy thing, and nope, nobody was there except for me, so I had to eat some crow, but that's all right. Nonetheless, everything was kind of a doozy, because what I wanted them to address did not get addressed. What we were all hoping to hear wasn't heard. This is what went down, okay? So, judge comes in, we all rise. Judge Carrie, Honorable Judge Carrie Willis, very, very basic, middle-aged, a little bit heavy set, brown hair and glasses. Basically looks like your school principal, okay? So I've got two bailiffs, a male and a female, me, the person who was just writing, and she came in with the judge, and she was in the seats on the other side, the court reporter, like a court clerk, and the judge, and basically the judge addressed the elephant in the room. And the judge, she goes like this. She goes, okay, I have read everything. I kind of understand what's going on here. And basically, something's going on. You two can't communicate. There's been a breakdown in communication. And one side isn't answering the other, and the other isn't receiving the other. I mean, there's something going on here. And Ms. Stavik, would you like to speak to that? And Amber said, look, she's sent countless emails. She's done everything that she can. The emails go unanswered, and there's delays, and nothing happens. She just kind of was like looking at the judge like, well, what do I do? And she specifically used the word unanswered emails, okay? So the judge kind of, nods and says, yeah, that kind of, seems to sum it up. And then now each attorney also had a monitor on their thing and a microphone, but those were not used. It was just, just the two, a very, very quiet setting. So basically what happened from there is Amber then noted what she said in her laptop. Okay? So once again, we've got the future. We've got this young, athlete who's representing a very modern 7M. And then you've got Katie's attorney, kind of the quintessential grandma lady. And she doesn't have a laptop. She has her yellow legal pads and a pen. And so she spoke just like a person with a legal pad and a pen, as opposed to a person over there who's got the laptop, who's ready to go. She says to the judge, just like this, she goes, well, I have sent some letters, and, I don't know what to do. I was on vacation, okay? I was on vacation, and, I come back, and they're asking me to do this stuff, and I've been on vacation, and I came back from vacation, and what was I supposed to do? There this stuff was when I came back from vacation. Well, what was I supposed to do? And it was just like that. And I was like, oh. And you know what? The judge said something about the days, and then Jennifer Moore said, yeah, that's right. Around the 4th of July, I was on vacation, and then all this comes up, and I've sent letters. So it's like, okay. So again, Amber got her laptop, sending emails. And Jennifer Moore is like, I've been on vacation and sending letters, Pony Express original. Put a couple of freaking letters on the back of a snail, and what if they don't get there, follow the snail trail. I don't know what you want me to do. I mean, it was like that. Just this, it is just really, really just the old versus the new, the modern versus classic. It's being played out right here. So the judge says, you know what? You guys are both here today, and I want you two to go and work this out. I want you two to go and find an empty conference room, and I want you two to sit there face to face and get through some of these issues. You need to get through it. You need to talk through it. I'm going to give you an hour to start. If you can't figure out anything and an hour goes, I want you to come to me and say that, we can't move forward. If you guys are doing great, or if, you two cannot talk, come right back. If you come back and decide you need more time than the first hour, then come back and tell me that. Let's just start with just being face to face. Now, Stavik said that was fine with her. But she said, well, one of the problems is that she feels that nothing happens from the phone calls, that nothing has been productive to this point, and that she doesn't feel like Katie's side is willing to work. And she basically heard them say, or was inferred, that Jennifer Moore said her client and her just want this to get over with. And it was that just to get over with that was the big, oh, wow. And so it kind of went back and forth. Jennifer Moore was like, well, it's just too much. I was on vacation, and we just need to get over with it. We got to do something. Okay. So, and then Jennifer Moore says that she received nothing until July 10th, and reiterates what was she supposed to do? And so that puts her, on vacation from the 4th to the 10th. An attorney who is responsible has, and you know what, Jennifer Moore is not in an office by herself. This is me interjecting, not what the judge said. But you know what, in a legal firm, that's why you have other people in the office, is that so if you do go on vacation, somebody else, is there to cover for you. You have a receptionist that says, okay, you're not there, and you do your work and everything in accordance to the court schedule. You do your motions, you have them all filed, you have things there so that you are able to walk away. You cannot be a successful attorney and just walk away and be like, I'm on vacation. It doesn't happen that way. But for this Midwestern, middle-aged, well, she looked a good 60. I wouldn't be surprised if she was 65. Which is fine. I mean, I look at things and, I always think, should I go back to law school? I'll be, 54 or 55 when I'm, done. Do I want to? I mean, and looking at attorneys, there's a lot of them that are, practicing well into their 70s. And, and I really saw that today too. I talked to a couple of attorneys in the elevators because, that's what I do. So there are all ages. I'm definitely not being ageist in saying that we just have somebody representing the old-fashioned kind of what a journalist could say to, a newspaper and magazine versus what is being said on the internet. And so we really need an internet savvy attorney to defend KJ appropriately. But there may not be one that exists. I mean, I don't know how Shin got Stavik, but it's a good fit. And, looking at, as we're talking about sports teams getting half shows canceled, Amber would know that because she would understand that. That's in her wheelhouse. She's an athlete. So I don't know. I wanted to ask her how she, found Shin and whatnot, but we didn't get to that point. So then they leave the courtroom and they go into the nearest little conference room. They have a bunch of conference rooms all built in between the courtrooms. It's really cool. I saw a lot of attorneys going in with their clients to confer. And so you could hear these two, talking definitely, no raised voices or anything. And I wish I was a fly on the wall. I mean, I wish I could have heard something, but, of course I was not trying to be that person, so I even made my ass, go down to like a bench down. So it didn't even look like I was, trying to, eavesdrop and get kicked out or anything, So about the hour point, we all kind of came back in and then they came back in. Now, here's just another little thing is that, Amber came in with her bottle of water. She's an athlete. She's drinking water. And Jennifer, looked at the bailiff and said, is there a drinking fountain anywhere? Like she didn't come in with her own drink. And it's just those little things that you're seeing. This is a very new courthouse. Neither are comfortable in it. And you can just see the lack of preparedness from even having something to drink. That it's very important for an attorney to keep the mouth moisturized for the hearings because courtrooms are customarily dry. It's that dry air, from the ACs and whatnot. So a lot of times you'll see in trials they'll have pitchers of water right there on the table, and maybe Mrs. Moore was accustomed to that, but it's just seeing, here's this, here's that. It's kind of modern to carry your own bottle of water. So they came back, and now the word discovery was mentioned by both sides in their conversations. Okay, in the effect that they both mentioned discovery, procedure, motions. It is my opinion then, from what I could glean, that there has been some movement on the discovery platform. And it is my opinion that that is what is in the sealed documents. From what I could glean in that, when they came back, discovery is not over yet it has been started. Okay? So basically, they came back and Stavig spoke first, and said that, basically, I think Stavig spoke first. Yeah, I think she did. Yeah, because she said something about that, they talked well together. She's comfortable with it. And then Jennifer went and she said she needs a lot more time. That she just got a hold of some of this discovery, and, that some of the problem is, and you guys are going to laugh because we know what happened here. We know what's going on, is that Jennifer said that she got some of the discovery. And the problem is that many of the links that Stavig provided do not work. That somehow Instagram deleted the posts. So although they were supposed to be preserved, somehow Instagram deleted these posts. So she's not able to access some of those posts that are mentioned about in the discovery. And I just about, I had to sit there and like literally bite my tongue because I wanted to raise my hand and be like, Muscuse, your client is the queen of dirty delete. That's what she is doing. And she always dirty deletes. This is what she does. And so if it isn't there, it doesn't mean that it wasn't there. And it doesn't mean that Instagram took it down. It means that she found a way to dirty delete and she's making everybody else go and dig for them. But you know what? I'm confident in 7M and Stavig basically having the proof. I'm sure that they have... I'm sure that they captured the images well. I'm sure that if this goes to trial, they will subpoena somebody from Instagram and ask them if they are the ones who did indeed delete. I think that it could come to that ultimately, but we know what happened. So basically, Jennifer Moore said that she needs at least 60 days to even get caught up to where we are right now, that she is just so behind in what everything is, that she needs a minimum of 60 days to just put everything in pause. And then she says she has the challenge of her client that, is very busy on social media, and she's got a client who posts at least a dozen posts a day. So she puts that in there as a hardship. Oh, okay, well, Katie's still posting, so we all need to just wait and, see what's convenient for everybody else because Katie's still pecking everything out. It didn't make sense. From Katie's side, it is not professional at all. It is excuse after excuse. It is providing nothing and expecting something. It is a freaking joke, okay? To my surprise, Stavig agreed that 60 days is fine, okay? Stavig said that, fine, we're going to get some now, we're going to get some later. We talked, we're going to sit down to narrow some things down, and back and forth, and from that, then we're going to need to submit more of another written supplemental. And that the discovery needs to be continued, and the privileged logs need to be preserved. So, again, it is my opinion that what happened on the through the 19th through the 28th was discovery on probably either side, starting to reveal something about the other and I do believe that 7M has them locked down based on Katie's past history of leaking. It is my opinion that Katie Joy does not care about the possibility of human suffering in this case. It is my opinion that she chases somebody down and tries to get ahead by getting information that's not hers. It is my opinion that Katie Joy is continuing to bully the whole platform as she is been doing for years. It is my opinion that she knows what she's doing. She knows she's not supposed to be doing it, and she doesn't care, which is my opinion that Katie Joy is a narcissistic sociopath. Okay? So with my opinion going into what's going on here and seeing this old versus new, modern versus classic, I don't know that there's wrong versus right at this point. It could be. We could get there. So then what happened is that essentially Jennifer Moore asked for everything to just be paused, that she wished that everything could just be frozen and paused in time. And Stavik said, you know what? 60 days is fine. That's fine. But she said, Judge, realistically, after the 60 days, then it's going to be another 60 days for a motion, and then another 90 days for this. And realistically, Judge, it's going to be 1 year before we are looking at setting a trial. And I did not get the clarification as if 1 year would be when they want to schedule, or if she's thinking 1 year when everything will be done. And so the judge said then, to clarify, she said, okay, so the schedule here, and Amber said, yeah, the schedule, we're not there. We can't map out a new thing where they had previously, where they wanted, everything to be done by, December 31st, 2022, so that in 23 we were here, where everything should have been done at the end of December. And it just wasn't, because the other side appears to be asleep half the time. So we're really looking at not even setting a date for trial for a year, or a trial coming in a year. With that being said, the 60 days was set. And Katie's attorney asked if it could be by phone. She likes phone conferences much better rather than this face-to-face. And Stavig conceded that, okay, that would be fine. And then the judge started to schedule, 60 days, October 1st. And Jennifer Moore's like, no, that's not a good day. Okay, the second, that's not, that's not going to, okay. It was all Jennifer Moore. Oh, this isn't going to work. This isn't going to work. And so the judge settled down on October 3rd. Let's see. A phone conference. And so the next phone conference, so hopefully that will be accessible via Zoom, and you guys can do that. I don't know how to do that. You guys can help me figure out how to do that, and I'll keep giving you guys all of the backstory and reading and getting us all up to date, because in that 60-day time period, I'll be able to get everything all recorded and up to where we really are to this point. So the phone conference is going to be at 11 o'clock on October 3rd, and that's a phone conference, and basically they're just going to revisit everything, possibly put some new dates, see if there's any need for another motion to compel, just kind of revisiting everything in 60 days. The judge said that she liked that this happened where they were able to come face to face to really start to understand each other and familiarize each other with each other's styles. And so I think it was important that today happened. I think that it's arrogant for Katie not to have appeared. I thought that, definitely her, husband would have appeared. Somebody. Why am I here and why isn't Katie here? It speaks to what she's doing. Is that, did Katie sleep fine last night? Does she even care? She on the phone with her attorney now going, well, what did they say? Well, what did you say? Well, what did you say? Well, what did they say? Rather than, why wasn't she here for it? Why wasn't she here? It's not, it doesn't matter to me that Shin wasn't here. That's not a factor. In the beginning when I first did the recordings, I did the recordings just thinking about the culture shock, in that these big California attorneys and California people would be coming out here to Little House on the Prairie going, oh my God, what is this? Whoa, there's civilization or lack of it. But now knowing that, that's not the case, that, there is local counsel. So then the only time in which Shin would probably appear then is at if there was an actual trial. So that's where we're at. I hope that I did a good job of setting the scene. Now, I want to take a break from talking about Katie Joy tonight because there's another story that's really, really sad that happened in our state, the disappearance and ultimate finding of Madeline Kingsbury. They did open up the discovery, and there's some information that I would like to share now that the picture of what really happened is out there. I just grabbed all of those documents, and so I'd like to take a break from this Katie Joy for today, if you guys will let me, and I will talk about what we know about what Adam Fravel did based on the discovery and everything of the documents I just procured that have been unsealed. So I will do that this afternoon, most likely. And then I will get back to getting to read every single thing, every amended complaint, every single document that is there to get us up to date, up to speed to what has been happening with 7M. Now, I'm going to pull Jennifer Moore. I had some planned days off to get some things done and whatnot towards the end of the week. So if you guys do not hear from me towards the end of the week and the weekend, just know that that's an anomaly. I'm pretty good about recording regularly. Sometimes I, put up content every day. Sometimes I have to take a break because during the Michelle stuff, I had to take breaks because otherwise I was going to take a hammer to my laptop. So please don't think that, if you don't hear from me through this weekend that, anything's, upset me or anything like that. It's nothing like that. It's just I had some time set aside to get some things done. And so I will probably do some more recording, but not much through the weekend. And next Monday, I might take a long weekend. I might take Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off. I might take those 4 days off. And then when I come back, I'll get really into this. But right now, I have to go and buy another freaking binder because I'm Binder Betty. And I have a bunch more documents for the Madeline Kingsbury case, like I said. And I got to go get another binder. I have to get a binder. So, I sent some pictures of the inside of the courthouse to Nenny Marie, and I adore her. I was a big fan of hers from her makeup genius. She does the most incredible things. So Nene and Walter are going to definitely share what I have posted here. And I sent her some pictures of the inside of the courtroom, and I will probably post those on the community page later. And you are welcome to use those in your videos and any other video that I have used for my driving and anything. You can use that for any of your KJ videos to kind of set the stage if you would like. And let me know if you guys have any questions. I hope that got y'all up to speed. And I will talk to you later. Thank you so much for listening and following me. Thanks. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Please subscribe. And if you want to buy me coffee, y'all know my Cash App is Tabitha Jane 13. Thank you so much. Thanks. Bye-bye.